Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, I'm finally back and running a bit behind, a bit late. The move is pretty much over. Everything is in the house. Now it is a matter of sorting and putting things and setting things up where they need to go. Been a long drawn out process and we're all tired and sore. And I'm just now finding a moment to open up my latest subscription issues from Eagle Moss, the Star Trek Starship magazines. I've been sitting on these for at least a week. I've been meaning to make a video and it just hasn't materialized. There's been other priorities, getting stuff out of the previous house, out of storage, so that we don't end up with hundreds of dollars in extra bills. But I'm here now and I'm anxious, and I've got me a little box cutter here, so got my usual knives. Well, let's open this up and see what we have. I'm rather excited about one of them. Get this out of the way. Alright. Next on the list is the Enterprise B and a Klingon ship. We'll look at those more in detail in a moment. We have the magazines. Issue 40, the USS Enterprise NCC 1701B, and then we have the Klingon Raptor. So we'll take a quick little flip through this. I imagine it's much of the same. Come on. Your usual introduction, which I look forward to reading. Then you have, let's see, more of the introduction. Oh, nice. I like this little layout. I very much look forward to studying that. Then you have the usual layout that's in every magazine. But this is more of a, this previous page is more of a cross section. So that's cool. And of course designing the Enterprise. Because this is basically the Excelsior class, but they did make some changes. We'll get back to that a little bit more later. And then of course on screen, first appearances, movie, whatnot, and next up the Raptor, which I happen to have right here. And if we flip through this, much of the same. Your basic introduction, the layout, interesting. Writing sleeping dogs. I look forward to reading about that. I guess it's more about the Klingons. Designing the Raptor. And next up, the Pasteur, which I look forward to. Oh, and there's on screen and trivia and the first appearances and such. So the magazines are pretty much the same format. I'm not here to talk a lot about them at the moment. I want to talk about these, the ships. Books go in a binder and go on the shelf to read, but these go out on display. Stubborn today. Alright. There we go. I put them in there more securely, which is good, but it worries that makes me worry I'm gonna break it. There we go. Enterprise B. Try to get some closer detail without reflecting too much light. Again, I'm working with some new lights here, and I'm still learning the angles and how to put them. And let me see if I can maybe turn it back this way a little bit. So nice detail, Aztecing. The name seems to be spelled right. It's the detail that I have come to expect from these ships, and I can see differences between this and the Excelsior. And the sails appear to be different, and there's stuff that seems to be added on. But this is nicely detailed. It's so long that they've kind of reduced the size so they can fit in a box. I'm assuming that's how that goes. But I like the detail. Excited to have it, as usual. But one of the reasons, aside from having a lot of moving going on, one of the things that's delayed me is I wanted to make a comparison. And let me get this up on its base for a moment. Because I wanted to make a comparison. I'm going to zoom in just a little here. But I wanted to compare Enterprise B with the Excelsior class. Because I had wondered myself if they were just going to end up being the same model with a different name stuck on. And I had hoped for better, and I know I have heard others express the same concerns. But right off the bat, you can tell these are different models. They're very similar. They're Excelsior class, but there are the minor differences that also, I believe, appeared in the films. For instance, these extra parts here of the nacelle, there's a shade difference. You know, you've got light blue here and darker grays here. So there are minor differences, but noticeable differences in the way it's designed. This has far more Aztecing on the B, on the back section, than the Excelsior. And these are a darker blue. You've got a little tail fin here and here that you can't see. That will hold that up. If you look on here, there's a fin here and here that is not on the Excelsior. And then down here you've got the main section, but if you compare that to the Excelsior, it's got a little bit of a flare outwards, a little bit larger looking. So those are some differences. And if you look underneath, that bottom section is slightly different. This one seems to be shinier and more reflective than this one. Oh. Try that again. You can see slight difference in the bottom of the saucer section. So they're not exactly the same model, and I wondered about that, and I wanted to compare them. And for me to do that, I had to wait until I found the box with my ships in it. So for anybody that's concerned they're just going to get the same ship with a different name, you're not. There are design differences, there are shade differences, color differences, you know, parts that were added, just like from what I understand in the movie. They made some changes to the original model and made what you see here a slightly different one. So now moving on, we have the Klingon ship. This is a ship that was on Star Trek Enterprise in the earlier, one of the earlier models or classes or ships. This is from the 22nd century. Don't know much about this. I've seen this once or twice. I should probably go back and review Enterprise because it's been a while since I've seen it. But we'll just pop it out here and take a look. This is a very silver and very weighty model. Where is the metal? Okay. It looks like this top part here all the way to here is metal, and this is plastic. That seems metal. Under here we have some plastic. There's a lot of metal in this. This is almost entirely metal except for I think 2 plates here and 1 piece there. That's awesome. It's a heavy ship. It's very silver, not gray or green like I would have expected. Not a lot of detail to it. Just basically one solid color with the imprints in the hull. But it's nice. Give it a couple of different profiles here, and hopefully the camera will focus properly. It's the bottom of it. A view from the back, and of course the side. So this will be a neat addition, and as usual I look forward to reading more about it. Eyes are messing with me. There we go. There's the Klingon ship and the Excelsior. Today's newest 2 ships. There you have it. My next 2 ships in the subscription. I look forward to getting more. I have actually also received the 3rd special, and we'll hopefully have a video made and up very soon on that as well. But keeping with the normal subscription, the next 2 issues, 40 and 41, Enterprise B and the Klingon Raptor. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. I thank you for watching, and keep on keeping on.